The support and ceremonies honoring the late President Bush this week are sparking memories for one Cedar Rapids woman who once worked side by side with the First family. Only on Fox 28 News, Gabriela Vidal shares how the woman's story draws parallels with current service members now mourning the loss of their leader. Gabby?
That's right, Karen. I spoke with a former Secret Service member who now lives in the corridor. She worked for Nancy Reagan during the last year of her life and says this week's processions will likely be life-changing for Secret Service agents now as it was for her then.
It's one of those things you just don't think when you get hired as a Secret Service agent that you're ever going to have to do.
As Secret Service agents help lay President George H.W. Bush to rest, it's a reminder for Melanie Lentz of her time as an agent for Nancy Reagan.
I was only with Nancy Reagan about a year, and she was 94 at the time, and I didn't think that morning in March 2016 that I would wake up with my cell phone ringing saying that she had passed away.
It wasn't something she expected, becoming an agent at 22, then unconventionally choosing to protect the former First Lady over going to Washington, D.C.
Even though they're not so much in the public eye anymore, you're always just as vigilant as if you were standing on a stage at a presidential rally.
She says the emotion agents are feeling now for Bush is just the same when she carried the weight of Reagan's death as a pallbearer during the private family funeral.
Which was a huge honor. I didn't think, little me, there's me with a bunch of big overgrown dudes, carrying Nancy Reagan's casket.
She says she didn't really get to know Reagan, but losing a protectee wasn't any easier.
You get to see them get excited about things, about, your news that, hey, so-and-so's here, we've, screened all their stuff, they're good to go.
She says once a protectee passes, an agent may be moved to a new position, which almost happened to her.
It's not an exaggeration to say what happened after Nancy Reagan's death changed my life, and that's not just being dramatic, it really did.
It was that week of honoring Reagan's legacy that she decided to create her own legacy outside of the service.
It was time to start protecting myself.
Lentz now works as a writer, detailing her experiences as an agent. She says there are only about 3,000 Secret Service agents in the country, some of which will likely be with President Bush until the very end of his funeral. Gabriela Vidal, Fox 28 News.